Who is this actually good for, who should skip it, and is it worth the price for normal everyday buyers? If you're running a small hotel, a busy B&B, or you just want a reliable ice source for a large office break room, you might be wondering whether the Scotsman HD22B iceValet lives up to its promise. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. The decision isn't just about the 120-pound capacity or the stainless steel finish, it's about how the unit fits into a daily routine, how often you'll actually be pulling ice, and whether the hidden quirks will bite you later. When you first see the iceValet, what catches the eye is the sleek, stainless look that blends nicely with commercial-grade countertops. That surface isn't just for show. Stainless steel holds up better against the occasional splash of water or the occasional spill of coffee grounds that tend to happen in a kitchen or a front desk area. The real question is how easy it is to get ice when you need it, especially during a rush hour of guests asking for cold drinks. The unit's easy access bin is designed to let you scoop out a handful without fiddling with a drawer, and that simplicity can make a difference in a place where staff are juggling orders, reservations, and cleaning chores all at once. If you're the type of manager who likes to keep things straightforward, the power lock switch on the back of the unit is a small but clever detail. It lets you lock the power cord in place so the unit doesn't get jostled or knocked out of alignment during cleaning. In practice, that means less downtime because the machine stays firmly in its niche instead of having to be replugged or reset after a night shift. For a high-traffic environment, that kind of reliability can shave minutes off a busy morning routine, and minutes add up in hospitality. Let's talk about the ice itself. The iceValet produces the classic cubed ice that most guests expect in their drinks, and with a 120-pound storage bin, it can keep a small hotel or a 4-room B&B stocked for an entire day without needing a refill. In real-world use, that translates to roughly 8,000 cubes, enough for a steady stream of cocktails, sodas, and bottled water. The key point here is that you won't have to schedule multiple deliveries or worry about running out mid-shift. The unit's internal compressor runs at 115 volts, so it plugs into standard commercial outlets without needing a dedicated breaker, which many smaller properties appreciate because it avoids extra electrical work. However, the same capacity that sounds like a blessing can become a drawback if you don't need that many cubes. A 120-pound bin takes up a decent amount of floor space, roughly the size of a medium microwave. If your lobby or kitchen area is already cramped, you might find the iceValet hogging valuable real estate. In a compact office break room, a smaller countertop model might be a better fit, even if it means refilling more often. The unit also sits on a heavy base, which makes it stable but also harder to move if you ever need to rearrange the layout. Another practical concern is the noise level. Commercial ice makers tend to hum and click as the compressor cycles, and anyone who has spent a night in a hotel lobby knows that a loud machine can become a background annoyance. Reviews don't give explicit decibel numbers, but the consensus among users of similar Scotsman models is that the sound is noticeable but not deafening. If your guest rooms open directly onto the lobby, you might want to consider adding a small acoustic barrier or placing the unit behind a counter to keep the hum from becoming a complaint. Now for the price question. The iceValet sits in the mid-range of commercial ice dispensers, and its MSRP hovers around the $2,000 mark. For a hotel or motel that serves anywhere from 20 to 50 guests per night, that cost can be justified when you break it down per guest. A single unit can replace the need for a separate ice bin and a handheld scoop, reducing staff time spent on ice preparation. In an office setting with 200 employees, the per-person cost drops even further, but the overhead of installation, power consumption, and the space it occupies might erode the savings. If you're a solo homeowner who wants a perpetual ice supply for weekend parties, the spend quickly looks excessive compared to a countertop model that costs a fraction of the price. Let's outline who should buy it. First, small to medium hospitality properties that serve a steady flow of cold beverages will find the iceValet a solid match. The unit's durability, straightforward operation, and large bin capacity line up nicely with the needs of guest services staff who want to keep a glass full without a back and forth with an ice delivery truck. Second, Office break rooms that have a high volume of employees and already have a dedicated service area can also benefit, especially if the company already budgets for a commercial-grade appliance. Finally, event venues that host regular cocktail parties or banquets might appreciate the ability